Basically about the refinancing, I think one is that as far as regulators are concerned, we need clarity. How to distinguish between refinancing and restructuring. What I find is there is a lot of confusion around refinancing and restructuring, and because of that, refinancing has not really taken off. Because now we are seeing that RBI is coming out with certain relaxations in those guidelines for takeover by other institutions, and if that has to take off, then what Mr. Nair said, it is very important that we have to really should the capability to distinguish between a stressed asset and what actually is happening at the moment. We are creating a lot of stress in the system by not aligning the repayment with the actual project life cycle, or if there is a concession period with the concession period. So when the project life cycle is 25 to 30 years or concession is from 25 to 30 years, and as a banker, because of our ALM considerations, we ask the loan to be paid in 10 to 12 or 15 years. So essentially we are putting a lot of strain on the DSCR, and that itself is causing a lot of stress in the system. So what we have requested, and even IBA has written to Reserve Bank of India, and I am sure they will come out with some positive dispensation on that, is that let us treat the amortization and the repayment of the loan, these are two different things. And this is not that what we are asking is not aligned with the international practice. Internationally also, even in the residential mortgage, that concept is applied where the amortization is 25 to 30 years, but the initial contracted term with the lender would be, it could be 5 years, it could be 3 years, it could be, in case of residential mortgages, it could be as less as 1 year. And what happens at the end of the repayment term, you again sit down with the lender, and whatever is the outstanding amount, that again gets rolled over for 3-year, 5-year term. So essentially at that point, what you are trying to determine is that for that term of the loan, what would be the interest rate you will charge, and what would be the amount which will be refinanced at that stage. So if that happens, it will do two things. One is that it will reduce pressure on the DSCR, and second thing it will do is that it will leave equity capital with the developer. Otherwise, what is happening, the developer has to wait for 12 to 15 years, and if they had invested in equity, so for any new project to take up, from where do they bring the equity? So if we take a practical approach in this, I understand RBI is concerned about evergreening, and all those guidelines on restructuring or this thing, they all are governed by one fact, that there should not be an evergreening of the loan. So we can have safeguards where if a stressed asset is there, then it should be kept separate, but we have to ultimately determine the net present value of the cash flows which a project can generate, and if the loan amount is not exceeding that, it should never come under the guidelines of restructuring. About and this takeout financing, this has been talked about, I think, almost for now 10 years. Earlier SBI entered into an arrangement with LIC, but that never took off, because what happens that if the institution which is taking that loan out, so at the project stage itself, it is very difficult for them to join hands. And by the time project is complete, if it is a good asset, I blame the bankers also, so they also fall in love with that asset and are not willing to share. And the person who wants to buy it out, they also do a cherry picking. So they would look, oh, AAA, AA you give me. But all those which are not AAA, AA, that you keep with you. And that is the biggest problem with even IDF. Why it has not taken off? Because it is entirely loaded in favor of the buyer. It is leaving nothing for the lender, either by way of a premium or by way of, like when people came to me, sir, we are looking for this buyout of good assets. So that was my first meeting with them. So what do they want? My AAA asset, they will not pay me any premium. On termination payment, they will want first priority. So Am I a fool sitting here that in the entire project risk I have taken, and after that I give my AAA, and in return I get nothing? So a deal cannot happen unless there is something for everybody, whoever is a stakeholder. So this issue of how the refinancing will take place and this issue of ITF, they are taking over or buying loans from the bank, I think it needs a serious relook, serious rethink if it has to take off further. And unless we do that, I think that market will remain very, very undeveloped, and for the banks also there is a problem. Sectoral exposure, I think problem is more in the power sector, because entire infrastructure financing is skewed in favor of power sector. I think most of the banks, for State Bank of India, I know for sure that as far as our project finance is concerned, so 70% exposure is in power sector. The road sector and other sectors are relatively very small. So if the banks have to have that headroom for lending further to the power sector, then there has to be an institution, and where like IFCL or any institution which has to help us in de-risking our balance sheet as far as power sector in particular is concerned.